Hi, I'll start with waking up again. Today was very, very eye-opening. I slept more than usual, more than I'm actually supposed to, about 7 hours. And I'm estimating about the last hour from 6 to 7 hours of sleep. I was again I've been allowing and accepting myself to slowly sink into the mind. And then at one point, two words I spoke, me directing myself, I spoke two words: self-certainty, self-trust. And then in an instant, I was breathing here again. And then I realized everything I experienced before that was was the mind tricking me and lulling me into a sense of comfortability. Astounding how immediate walking process is, moment by moment. It's even quicker than turning on a switch for a light bulb. Next point. Uh, as soon as, right after I woke up, I originally planned to do some more homework before I went to someone's birthday party today. And I allowed and accepted myself to feel extremely reluctant, giving myself excuses like, oh, homework is tiring, homework is bullshit, um, it's not worth my time, it makes me depressed to do homework. And within that, I'm treating homework as if it's a separate doing from all of the other doings that I might be doing in any moment, in any given moment. And implied in that action is an allowance and acceptance that this particular doing called homework is special, is so powerful that it has to make me feel depressed and feel pulled down and feel dragged, like dragging a weight as I'm doing homework, while I'm doing homework. Interesting. I'm going to do some more self-forgiveness statements and write them up. And when I finish writing them up, I'll post them in the description. Oh yeah, and a point that I have been experiencing for this week, for these 7 to 8 days, was fear of shaving my own head. I had been planning this for many days now. I don't have one of those safety shavers, so I decided to use a normal pair of sharp scissors and then finish off with a razor. And as I was about to start doing it, a bunch of excuses came up. I allowed and accepted these excuses to override my self-directive, to override me as the self-directive principle of myself. And literally, this mind fear, which actually doesn't exist, paralyzed me. I was literally, with the scissors in my hand, the scissors were suspended and I stopped as if something was not not letting me actually cut my hair. And then excuses rush by like a bullet train. It's gonna be so time consuming to do it with a scissor instead of a shaver. Interruption. I'll continue where I left off. Shaving and intense fear with the point of shaving my head again. After experiencing this point for 7 to 8 times now, time looping, I realize I only have one choice: to do it or not do it, a physical choice. And anything else that I dream up of or that arise within me is irrelevant. Like the matter of how long is it gonna take to shave my head, irrelevant. And for me, it was a reminder that my dedication to myself to walk this process of aligning myself to principles of oneness and equality, this vow, so to speak, is renewed in every instant, every moment. And there must be physical evidence of that vow. You cannot just, I cannot just say, I am dedicated to walking my process, and then that's that. Empty words. Talk is cheap. Doesn't work. I have to physically move myself and walk myself to prove to me that I am indeed living the words, that I am renewing my vow to walk this process in every moment. And the same goes with shaving my head. And I realized that shaving my head, shaving hair, the act of shaving hair is one of those physical actions that prove to oneself that one is indeed committed to walking this process. It is not the only point, but it's another point where one can support oneself and live that self-support and actually support oneself in walking this process. And again, even as I'm doing these vlogs, I always have to remind myself that I'm never doing these vlogs for other people, like people who might be watching this video. It's always for myself first, as a point of self-support for me. I'm not speaking to entertain what I think other people might enjoy. This series of vlogs, first and foremost, has to deal with revealing myself to me in self-honesty and unconditionally expressing myself and documenting each day, thus giving me the opportunity to really start over and begin again every day, and to start fresh every day. Disregard focus. Oh yeah. Um, as part of my personality, I realized that my specific accepted and allowed personality design involves me diverting my focus over everything all at once, diverging my focus. So focus no longer becomes focus.